Okay, so why don't you introduce yourself first?
Hi, I'm Diane's husband.
Do you have a name?
My name is Diane's husband.
Okay, okay, Diane's husband. Why don't you tell me a little bit about what Star Wars Old Republic is?
It's an MMORPG. It's set in the Star Wars universe. And it takes place, I think, like 3,000 years before the first movie came out.
Okay, what movie?
Uh, I think episode 1, if you're going chronologically and not by release date.
Okay. So, what are the different ways that players of Star Wars Old Republic communicate with each other?
That's an excellent question, Diane. And I've spent many a minute thinking about it since you first read it to me. There are really two main ways to communicate. The first is through text and typing through chat windows, and the other is through like a TS server or a Mumble server. And the chat window is mainly for when you're like looking for stuff to do, and once you find stuff to do, you utilize the TS or the Mumble more.
What do you mean stuff to do?
Well, there's different things to do. There's like there's ops groups, which are raids, and there's FPs, and there are dailies to do and weeklies to do, and a bunch of different things.
Like missions?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so when you're using these chat windows and other forms of communication with the other players, what kind of things do you say to each other?
It's mostly like director or objective based communication. Not that there's like not an element of humanity, but usually when you're doing stuff, it's you have to do this certain task if you're a certain character. Like if you're a tank, you have to. It's your job to stay on the people and take more of the aggro. And if you're a DPS, you go around and you take care of the ads. If you're a healer, your main job is to heal the tank. So, I mean, there's a big progression, and there are different variables depending on what kind of situation you're in.
So could you give me an example of something somebody has said to you or that you have said to somebody else on the game?
No.
Nothing comes to mind?
No, like I said, it's usually, like, there's one fight that you do. It's on the PvE side of things, and it's an ops group. Where one of your things is you have to attack this big armadillo-looking thing that has spikes coming out of it. And then at one point, the armadillo balls up and spins around and starts shooting spikes at you. And one thing that I like to say before that fight is mark up the tanks. And basically what that's asking somebody to do is to put little icons that go above the tank's heads. So me as a melee DPS character, I am in close, and when the guy starts bunching up and spinning into a ball and shooting spikes out, I need to see that thing over the tank's head to know where I'm supposed to run to afterwards.
Okay, cool. So what do you accomplish through this communication with other players that you would not otherwise be able to accomplish?
Really everything. Without the ability to talk, you'd have to kind of go in there or into any situation with preconceived notions and knowing how to do things beforehand. And without the ability to talk to anybody else, you would basically just get nothing done. It would just be like party wipes every time you tried to do something significant.
Okay. So what was your experience when you first started playing Star Wars Old Republic?
I started playing it because it was free. And then I started dying a lot, which was frustrating. So I had to upgrade to a sub status. Go ahead.
Was it hard to like learn all the things that you need to know, like all the etiquette and the lingo and all that stuff?
It was, but it wasn't, because I kind of knew beforehand going into things. I played WoW for a little bit, like, probably 5 years ago, and I still remembered some of the stuff from that. But with WoW, it was different because I didn't really buy into the whole situation, the whole world of it, the whole universe of the thing. because I had no latching on to the characters of the story or anything like that. So I kind of knew what was going on, but there's subtle differences. Like in WoW, it's a raid group, and SWTOR, it's an ops group. There's just subtle differences in language.
So beyond your previous knowledge, like, how did you learn all the new stuff? Like, was there anybody who helped you, or did you do it on your own, or?
My buddy Pat, who I used to play in bands with and stuff.
So you know him in real life?
Yeah, I know him in real life. Man, that's how I started. I knew the guy in real life, and they did that a lot, so I was like, screw it, I'll give it a try. So, I mean, they kind of introduced me to the whole thing, and I learned a lot of the language from them, and online research. I'm not afraid to admit I research language online to play video games.
I don't think that's too embarrassing.
You already said that they were going to think I look stupid anyway.
Well, you are stupid.
No.
Oh, so.
No, well, that's justified.
Is there anything that could make you stop playing Star Wars Old Republic? Like something related to the community or the game itself?
No, but not really stop in general. But I do have an example. I recently switched from like one guild to another. And I switched the guild because they went from a Mumble server to a TS server. And on the TS server, TS doesn't really work well with wireless. So every time I would try to talk to somebody or anything like that, their voices would just cut off. I get like the first 4 words of a sentence and then just nothing. And I couldn't really, know exactly what I was supposed to do or what group I was supposed to be in and where I was going, and it was just a big hindrance. But I switched because the Mumble servers work fine with wireless, and I communicate better on the Mumble servers than I do with the TS servers. So I know what's going on more. So I don't know if it would cause me to quit in general, but it can cause me to make different decisions within the game.
Okay, cool. So, given all this, like, what's the point? Like, why do people play this game? And why this game specifically as opposed to other types of games like this?
Why this game as opposed to other games like this, I would just have to go with, it's got more of a nostalgic kind of feeling. Most of the people I think that I know that play Star Wars are older people that remember like the movies and stuff. That I guess the whole thing kind of rings more of a bell with them. Because really the purpose of the whole thing is just to make yourself stronger and stronger and stronger. As far as a purpose, though,
I mean, is it fun?
Yeah, it's fun.
Like, why do you play? Why do you play this game?
Because it's fun. I don't really know. I started because it was free and it was Star Wars, and I kind of got sucked into like the story of the whole thing. And then after the story thing happened, there was other stuff to do because like I knew people and I could get better things. And it's really, if you want a broad sense of the thing, it's you achieve things faster in the game than you do in real life.
That's very deep.
Yeah. Deep guy. You married me for a reason.
Do you have anything else you'd like to say about Star Wars Old Republic?
Don't buy into Dianne's Gamecock.
That has nothing to do with Star Wars Old Republic.
I know, but don't do it. Don't do it. Be a knight, man. Be a knight.
Okay, you want to say goodbye?
Bye.